At the age of 17, when most young people are trying to sort out their lives, Max Verstappen was already rewriting the history books of Formula One.
My big dream is F1, of course.
Up until I was 16, I was in go-karting, 1 year of Formula 3, and then I got the call up to Formula 1.
And despite only being 24, he is already on his way to becoming an F1 legend. Has it been a smooth ride all the way for the Dutch driver? Not at all. You will be amazed by Verstappen's path to becoming a top-notch F1 driver. What made him one of the best drivers on the grid? Stay tuned to find out. Max Verstappen was born in Belgium in 1997 to parents who were heavily involved in motorsport. His father, Jos Verstappen, raced in Formula One for a number of years and finished on the podium twice in his career. He competed in a total of 106 Grand Prix events. His mother, Sophie Kumpen, had competed in competitive karting, and his uncle, Anthony Kumpen, had competed in endurance racing. At the tender age of 4, Max got his first taste of go-karting. Max has an innate talent and a level of determination that is uncommon in most people. During the first few years of his karting career, Max would enjoy incredible success and quickly advance to higher-level national and international competitions. Max would go on to win both the European and World Karting Championships in 2013. This would propel him into the elite racing ranks such as Formula 3, which only a select few people will ever reach in their careers. FIA Formula 3 is a series that drivers normally compete in before receiving their chance to race in Formula 1, which is considered to be the highest level of the sport. As you may have anticipated, Max enjoyed great success and attracted the interest of several prominent Formula 1 teams. He was then signed to the RedBull Junior Driver Program. This allowed him to secure a driving position with Toro Rosso in 2015, the sister team of Red Bull Racing. Verstappen became the youngest Formula 1 driver to start a race in the history of the sport at the 2015 Australian Grand Prix, where he was behind the wheel for Toro Rosso at the age of 17 years, 166 days. In the next race, which was in Malaysia, the young man earned the first point of his professional career by finishing 8th, and he set a record for being the youngest driver to ever score a championship point. Verstappen finished his first season in Formula 1 with a total of 49 points to his name, which placed him 12th in the championship standings. After the 4th race of Verstappen's second season in Formula 1, Red Bull decided to send Daniel Kvyat to Toro Rosso and promote Verstappen to the senior Red Bull racing squad. At the Spanish Grand Prix in 2016, when Verstappen was scheduled to make his Red Bull debut, the young driver had excellent pace right from the practice sessions. Verstappen outqualified both Ferrari's most experienced drivers, Kimi Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel, to take the 4th position on the grid. Verstappen was in 2nd place in the race's early stages, just behind Ricciardo. The team made the decision to pursue 2 separate strategies sometime around the halfway point of the race. Because of this, Verstappen took the lead on lap 30, making him the youngest driver in the history of the Grand Prix to ever lead a lap. While Verstappen was driving flawlessly all the way to the finish line, he was continually defending his position from a motivated Raikkonen, who was trying to pass him. At the drop of the checkered flag, Max Verstappen, who was 18 years and 228 days old at the time, became the youngest winner in the history of Formula 1 racing series. It was his 24th time competing in a Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel had the previous record, but Max Verstappen broke it by being 2 years and 210 days younger. In addition, he is the first Dutch driver in the history of Formula 1 to ever win a Grand Prix. He is also only the 2nd Dutch driver in history to ever stand on the podium, following in his father's footsteps, who finished 3rd twice in 1994. Due to the fact that the regulatory body of Formula 1 has mandated that drivers must be at least 18 years old to participate in an F1 race, the records that the young Dutch driver now holds are virtually untouchable.
Unbelievable, Max. Unbelievable.
After Max demonstrated his worth over the remainder of the 2016 season, he earned a driving seat for the 2017 campaign. You're enjoying this video, right? You definitely don't want to miss out on other amazing videos, so all you have to do is hit the subscription button. It's that easy. Thanks for doing that. Let's move on. Max took home 2 victories in the 2017 season, one in Malaysia and Mexico, and finished the year in 6th position overall in the championship. Ricciardo stunned the world of Formula 1 when he announced that he would leave the team at the end of 2018. Not to Mercedes or Ferrari, but to Renault, a team in the middle of the pack with a significantly slower car than Red Bull. In the same way that he was thrown into the driver's seat in Barcelona in 2016, Verstappen was now thrown into a team leader role with not just Red Bull, but also engine suppliers Honda, who was now powering the UK-based team. Honda was banking on Verstappen to lead them to victory. At the beginning of the 2018 season, he had two disheartening retirements in Bahrain and Azerbaijan. His first victory in Austria lifted his emotions, which led to another victory in Mexico, and he finished the season in the 4th position. In 2019, Verstappen raised his game and won 3 times, including a victory in Austria for the 2nd consecutive year, a victory in Germany, and a victory in Brazil. As a result, he finished the season ranked 3rd overall. Verstappen improved his performance even more in 2020 and was able to challenge Mercedes. With the exception of Austria, where he suffered a mechanical failure, he finished on the podium in each of the first 7 races, even besting the considerably quicker Mercedes at Silverstone. An encouraging pole position and victory in Abu Dhabi gave Verstappen and Red Bull all the momentum they desired coming into a significant 2021 race. In 2021, Max Verstappen was put through the toughest challenge of his career, as he entered the final round of the Formula One season, level on points at the top of the World Championship standings with Lewis Hamilton, who has won the title 7 times. All of those years of hard work and meticulous preparation came down to one evening of racing in Abu Dhabi. In 2021, Verstappen had more than his fair share of unfortunate events occur, and going into the last race, the momentum was with Hamilton. Hamilton had won each of the 3 previous races and cut Verstappen's lead in the championship from 19 points to 0. In the last race of the season, Verstappen started from the pole position, but he ended up losing the lead at the beginning of the race. Hamilton capitalized on the pace advantage that his Mercedes had, and Hamilton ended up leading the race. At the halfway point of the race, it appeared as though Verstappen would not win the championship, but as he sat in the driver's seat of his Red Bull, he was beginning to make peace with the situation. But then, of course, the safety car happened, and Verstappen saw an opportunity to challenge the title again. Because Hamilton had not yet pitted for new tyres when the safety car first came out, Verstappen had a significant edge in terms of performance. However, just as he was getting ready to run the final lap, a cramp started to develop in his right leg. The discomfort became intolerable suddenly, and there was nowhere to stretch it out within the limits of the Formula One cockpit without applying pressure to the accelerator. After barely 5 turns of the final lap, Verstappen had put the cramp out of his mind and thrown his car up inside Hamilton's. Hamilton held on to the lead for the remainder of the race. It appeared that Hamilton was going to cut him off, and the two of them were going to collide. But in the end, Verstappen took the inside line, secured the position, and won the championship. All those hours spent racing go-karts, along with the sweat, blood, and tears that came with a junior career unlike any other, had finally paid off. While the 2021 season was a battle between Hamilton and Max Verstappen, this season was rather Verstappen establishing his dominance again, and he is far ahead of the pack. It may have appeared at the start of the season, after Ferrari won 2 out of the first 3 races, that Verstappen had another campaign-long fight on his hands. But as the season progressed, he had total dominance on the grid. Verstappen has won 11 of the 16 races this season, which is a 68.75% win ratio. This has given him an impregnable lead at the top of the championship, and with just 6 races left in 2022, he is getting closer and closer to winning a second championship. After the next race in Singapore, if the results go Verstappen's way, the title of 2022 World Champion could be officially awarded to him. If the Dutchman takes first place and Perez and Leclerc finish outside the points, the championship is his. The young Dutch race car driver has had an incredible career so far. What are your thoughts on the race car driver Max Verstappen? Do you think he'll be able to maintain his peak performance in the years to come? Let us know in the comment section below. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next video.